Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace the head unit in this R53 Mini Cooper S from 2005. Yes, that's right. I'm going to replace the head unit of this R53 Mini Cooper S before I tackle on all the more serious mechanical issues. Not to forget, I've been looking here in the back. Maybe you saw my previous videos and I showed you that there is some rust on the car, on the trunk lid. So we'll have to take care of that. Then I figured out I will check the resistor on the radiator, as these tend to go, and yeah, I checked it, it's broken. I need to replace that as well. And then of course the elephant in the room, this. So yeah, the engine needs to come out. There is a lot of work on it. We have to replace a lot of seals, a lot of gaskets. It's literally leaking from every side of the engine. Also we have a lot of modules and stuff that we have to replace, like water pump, oil filter housing, all these kind of things. But you know what, let's do the radio. It's almost Christmas. I didn't get the time to get all the parts or finish my list for everything I need, so yeah, I figured why not do the radio. I got everything here and I will show you how to do that. So taking out the head unit of this car is pretty straightforward, not that difficult. You just gotta know where all the bolts are and then you can take this head unit out. The first thing you want to do is you want to get rid of this. You just pinch this here and then you pull it out just like that. That's the first thing you want to do. Also, I am sorry that the camera quality is not as great as my other videos. My camera broke, so I had to send it in for repairs, and now I'm filming on my crappy phone, so yeah, I apologize for that, but I wanted to show you guys anyway how to do it. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to get rid of this here. You just put your hand in here and you push this up just like that. Now I already had this out, so it's pretty easy, but it was quite difficult the first time I did that, so take that in consideration, that yeah, it can take a bit of force. Don't start pulling on the top because you will literally pull the cover off and maybe break one of these buttons. The next step is you want to remove the 5 bolts holding in your middle console. So we got 2 right there, as you can see. So that's just 2 Phillips heads, and then you can just take this out. Okay, so these 2 are out. Now the next thing is gonna be under there. That's gonna be a Torx 15 or 20, I think. I will show you. As you can see right under there, you have the Torx that you have to loosen. Just one in the middle, that's all you gotta do. Right, so we got those screws out. So the next 2 screws are gonna be right down there. Yeah, like this. There is one, and then on the other side, how am I gonna film this? Yeah, like you can see right there is another one. So just 2 Phillips heads that you take out right there. The next step we want to take is we want to remove this one and this one here. Now quite easily, I just open on this side the glove box, and then you can see you have a Torx here and a Torx here, which you have to loosen. Very easy. And on the other side you have to take off this cover, which you just pull off like this. The same on this side, and there we go. It's just held in with these 2 locking pins, so also quite easy. Then you uncover these Torx. So I think these are let me see, these are Torx T30 if I'm correct. So yeah, you just gotta loosen this one, and then the same on the other side. We have now removed all the necessary bolts to get all of this out, also the side covers. So now we just gotta wiggle it until we can get these side covers out of here. So I will do that right now. So to get this out, you literally you lift it, pull it a bit to the back, make sure you don't pinch any cables, and you can just, as you can see, remove these. Same on this side, comes out very easy. So yeah, that's all you have to do. And now get access to the 4 bolts that hold in your radio. We have to remove these 4 torque screws, which are T20s. So, and then you can just slide the radio out. Once we have those 4 screws out, we can just slide out the radio like this. Then we gotta be careful that we don't damage any of the cables here. So there we go. On the back, as you can see, we have 1 antenna cable, and then we have the ISO connector on this side. You just have to pull and then it will just come out like that. There we go. So that's the original radio out of the car. Now, this is the radio I went with. This is literally just a generic universal Android radio for 1 DIN systems. And it came with these cables, like just generic cables that you have to splice in yourself. Same on this. So we have like the speaker cables, all the signal cables. So yeah, that's something I don't want to do. I don't want to start cutting into factory loom. So what I did is I looked at the back here. As you can see, here it says the whole pinout of the radio. And I went on Amazon and I bought this thing, which we have here. And what I did is I repinned this to what the radio says. So this way we can plug this into our factory loom without having to cut any of the factory wires. Now, it doesn't matter which radio you get. Look at the pinout and then just make sure that all the connections are the same. And I would highly recommend for the Mini R53 to get one of these adapters. And yeah, that's it. And you can just repin it. So I got my loom here, my radio here, and then the cage that the radio sits in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first install this cage like this around. Hope you can see this. And then that goes in. Now I will fix this in later better. I just want to see first if the radio works. So then we're gonna take our loom and we're just gonna install it the same way as we did before. So it just goes in, and instead of pulling on the tab, we're gonna push it. So this can be a bit fiddly, but that's quite normal. Okay, there we go. Then we have our 2 connectors for the radio. I'm gonna plug these in, and hopefully I wired everything correctly, and then we should be good to go. So let's see if our radio works. Okay, so let's hope this radio works. There we go. It's starting up, that's a good sign. Now let's see what happens. Okay, and we're connected to Android radio. Let's see if we get... Yep, this works. There we go, that's our radio installed. I will button all of this up now and then fix in the harness here around to make sure that the radio sits well in there. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Okay, so the radio is in. That's another thing I can check off the list. Now, obviously, there is still much more to do on the car. We still have engine work to do. We still have body work to do. Like, there is an unending list of things that we have to take care of. But the most important thing for me right now is just before the holidays to say a big thank you to all the people who decided to watch my videos, to decided to give me a like, to give me a follow. I appreciate that so much, and I hope to see you guys in the next year. Thank you.